How does one practice session affect F1 teams? It's sprint week, which not only means we have 2 races on our hands, but we also have less practice sessions. Yes, in theory, F1 teams do get 2 practice sessions over the course of the race weekend, but only one of them is out of parc fermé conditions. What this means is that they only have free reign over how they set up their car until they roll out in Q1 as qualifying begins on the Friday afternoon. Remember, qualifying is on Friday, okay? This puts a huge amount of pressure on all the drivers and personnel to get it right, straight away. During a normal Grand Prix weekend, there would be a whole 3 sessions for the teams to do some running in, 2 on the Friday and 1 on the Saturday. They would then split up their time testing different upgrades, using aero rakes to assess different parts of the car, low fuel runs, high fuel runs, and so on. There's a huge amount for them to work out as they go from track to track, not even before we start talking about the fact that these are brand new, unpredictable, bouncing around 2022 F1 cars. They have to potentially split all of these different run plans into 1 hour before qualifying. Granted, their second and final practice session they get on Saturday can be used to work out tyre wear and strategy, but the rest has to go into Friday. This is why we haven't seen as many teams saying they're bringing huge upgrades to Imola, because there simply isn't enough time to test them out before parc fermé locks down all the cars and their setups for the Grand Prix weekend. To summarise what parc fermé means, the suspension and aerodynamic configurations cannot be changed apart from some cheeky front wing adjustment. Teams are allowed to change specified items and also replace any components, but they have to be ones of the same specification. So no changes to the setup, but if there's any damage or they suspect something is wrong, they can swap them out. However, there is one team taking a gamble this weekend with upgrades, and that's Red Bull. After a very shaky start in terms of reliability this season, Dr. Helmut Marko has been saying that Red Bull will be taking a risk at Imola to go fully on the attack and not waiting around. This could be a masterful move where the team execute their plan perfectly in the 1 hour of running they have to tune the car and end up being blooming quick. Or we could see them struggle, as these 2022 F1 beasts have been difficult for F1 teams to understand in the first 3 races, let alone whacking on some significant upgrades and not being able to thoroughly test them. In theory, taking a risk like this could end up being even more costly if it goes wrong. Not only have you got the 26 points, 25 for the win and 1 for fastest lap, available on the Sunday, but also an extra 8 points maximum if you win the sprint on Saturday. That's a total of 34 points, which Red Bull can't really afford to lose if their significant upgrade doesn't work as hoped. Max is already 46 points behind after those 2 DNFs from second place. Ferrari aren't bringing anything major to Imola despite there being a major floor upgrade in the works, one would imagine to stop them bouncing at 1,000 times a second, as well as power unit upgrades too, all of which are expected to be whacked onto the car for Miami. Which makes perfect sense, they're in the lead of both championships and we're back to a normal format in Miami with 3 practice sessions before we get to crunch time in qualifying. There you have it, a look into how one practice session can affect F1 teams. Do you think it's worth Red Bull taking such a risk for round 4? Let us know in the comment section below.